Okay, hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of JLPT Training, and today we're looking at another N5 grammar form. Now this one primarily is to say you like doing something or you enjoy doing something, but we'll also be looking at how to say if you hate doing something or if you're good or bad at doing something. So you can see here the main sort of phrase is no ga suki desu. And then obviously you put something before the no. So let's jump straight into it and see what we have. Okay, so just a quick overview of what I'll be talking about today is mainly about nominalizers. Now these are no and koto, and what these do essentially is they turn phrases into nouns. We'll also be looking at how to use some na-adjectives such as suki, kirai, and also jyouzu and heta with ga. And then we'll also be looking at using short form verbs to construct these sentences. Okay, so what are nominalizers really? Well, in English, we could approximate it roughly to ing, such as baking a cake or painting a picture. So this first sentence here, keiki o tsukurimasu, I will make a cake, in the polite form because we've got the mas form here. And then if we reduce this down to the dictionary form, we get keiki o tsukurimasu. So this is essentially the same for all intents and purposes. They both mean I will make a cake or I make a cake. However, this one's in the plain form or the dictionary form. And then to turn this into a nominal phrase, what we simply do is add no or koto onto the end. So keiki o tsukuru no, and this means making a cake. Now it should be pointed out that in many cases you can replace no with koto. However, no has to be used for certain phrases, so for now just stick to using no as it's more foolproof and more applicable. Okay, so just because you've turned a phrase into a noun doesn't mean it's exactly the same as a regular noun. For example, here I've got kuruma and keiki o tsukuru no, so making a cake and car. So you could say you liked and disliked them in the same way, which I'll cover in a second. However, if you want to bake a cake, you wouldn't use this phrase at all, so kuruma ga hoshii desu. This makes sense because we're saying that a car would be desirable. I want a car. However, keiki o tsukuru no ga hoshii desu is not correct because we do actually have a special conjugation for wanting to do something. So keiki o tsukuritai desu would be more appropriate for this, and this is just grammatically incorrect. So it's just worth remembering that just because we've turned something into a nominal does not mean that it's exactly the same as a noun, and you can't use them in exactly the same circumstances all the time. So here are a few examples. I'll read this one out first and then we'll try and find out a translation for it. Girlfriend to hanasu no ga daisuki desu. Okay, so I've got the vocabulary up here at the side, but I'll just break it down as well. So girlfriend to, with my girlfriend. Hanasu no ga, well, hanasu no is talking, so this entire phrase is talking with my girlfriend. And then ga is our subject particle, so this entire phrase here is the particle. And then daisuki desu is very desirable, so I love talking with my girlfriend would be an appropriate translation for this one. And then below, 冬は寒いから犬と散歩するのが嫌いです。So this one's got an extra clause here. 冬は寒いから because it's cold in winter, or as for winter, because it's cold. And then 犬と散歩するの dog with dog, walking, so walking with my dog is the phrase here, and ga again subject, and kirai is dislike, so in the winter, because it's cold, I dislike walking the dog. Okay, and as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there are some other adjectives we can use with this, with our nominals. So we can use jyouzu, which means skillful, and heta, which means unskillful. And it's quite easy to remember these from the kanji because of the first characters. So this one means up or above, and this one is down or lower. So if you have a good hand, then you could be skillful, but if you have a bad or a low hand, you might not be skillful. So I've got two sentences here to show how this works. George-san wa nihongo o hanasu no ga heta desu. So George, as for George, speaking Japanese is unskillful. So George isn't very good or is unskillful at speaking Japanese. And then, あの人は写真を撮るのが上手ですよ. Now this one is using our jyouzu, so skillful. That person over there taking pictures, or as for that person over there, taking pictures is skillful, so that person over there is good at taking pictures. So in conclusion, this is how we can form these. We use our nominal with our no at the end, and then ga, and then one of our adjectives, na-adjectives, and then des. We can obviously drop the des, but for a simple textbook style formation, this is how we do it. Okay, thank you for watching. This has just been a simple grammar form for N5. Please do subscribe if you found this helpful, and if you have any particular grammar forms you'd like covering, don't hesitate to ask and I might make the video. Thanks.